It's Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021. Another, shall we say, very interesting day. But before I begin, and we've got a lot to talk about, but before I begin, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, share this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you come over to my Patreon channel to support this channel, to support the message. Link down below. Check out the Patreon channel. I'll be uploading a brand new video tonight or tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. But I want to tell everybody to make sure, really make sure that you enjoy this next Thanksgiving coming Thursday. Because I don't know what next Thanksgiving is going to look like. I think it's going to look a lot different than this one. This is going to be the most expensive Thanksgiving in history. But what does next Thanksgiving look like? So enjoy this one, ladies and gentlemen, because who knows what the next one is about to look like. The dollar up today, as of right now, it's sitting at 96.52. And what is so hard to understand is we've got this infrastructure bill. We've got this next one, this social safety net bill for 1.2 trillion that will probably be passed in December. And again, we are throwing around trillions of dollars like they're candy canes. Yet the dollar is up today 0.03%. Now, I know that this is the dollar index, and we're comparing our weak currency next to the other weak currencies. So one sick puppy, comparing it to the rest of the sick puppies in the litter. But it really, I was talking to my good friend Matt today, and we just shake our heads that when you see gold rattled and silver knocked down, yet the dollar up with trillions of dollars being printed. You look at the trillions that have been printed over the last 12 months, and yet the dollar is up. This is how bizarre, how we're in a illusion at this point where the dollar can be going up when you are printing trillions upon trillions of dollars. This is not fundamentally normal, correct, possible. So again, we are in this illusion with all this money printing, yet the dollar going up. But we all know that the dollar continues to buy less. It's lost 97% of its purchasing power since 1971. And it's about ready to lose the last 3%. And we're going to do it by all this QE, all this money printing, all this stimulus. This will destroy the rest of the U.S. dollar. And we're beginning to see the repercussions, aren't we? Every time you go to the grocery store, you go to the gas pump, you go to TJ Maxx, you go to Marshall's, you go to Home Depot, you're seeing the results of money printing. And the only thing that is going to stop the dollar going to zero is by raising interest rates tomorrow. And they're going to put this off, and they're getting farther and farther behind the eight ball here. They really need to get out ahead of it, but they know by doing so it will crash the economy. This economy that's being held up on crutches because of all the fake money, the artificial injections, the 0% interest rates. It's all being propped up, and they know the minute that they begin to raise rates, kiss it all goodbye. Stock market will collapse, housing market, bond market, everything is going to collapse, and they know it, and they're just continuing to put it off. And the longer they put this off, the worse it is going to be for all these bubbles, because they're all going to burst. And this will be the pin that pricks these bubbles when they begin to raise rates. And now we're hearing that they could be raising rates as early as March, but we don't know. It could be January, it could be February, it could be March. Maybe they'll continue to put it off, and at that point we're going to see inflation absolutely get out of control, and your dollar at that point will be buying absolutely nothing. You'll be looking at $7, $8, $10 a gallon gas here in California, that's for sure. Service sector unexpectedly weakens in November. It went from 68.7 to 57. And the service sector being one of those sectors that we've been, hearing so much about. It's improving. Most of the jobs coming back are in the service sector, and it continues to weaken month over month. Again, this is another red flag in regards to this economy. And ladies and gentlemen, on this Thanksgiving week, I cannot stress the importance that all of you continue to prepare. I've never seen anything like this. I've never been so concerned about the economy as I am now. There's never been a more important time that you are protecting yourself financially, because again, we do not know what tomorrow brings, what next week's going to bring, what 2022 is going to bring. But if you're connecting the dots like I'm connecting the dots, it's going to be big trouble. It is going to be big trouble. Inflation is going to continue. Rates are going up. This is going to bring America into a Great Depression. And the scary thing about this is most Americans are not prepared to deal with a economic correction, let alone a depression. The average American is so far in debt, so levered, so unprepared for a minor correction. What is going to happen to the average American when we go into a depression? Not a recession, a depression. This is going to be a very unforgettable time in history, ladies and gentlemen. It will be historic. It's going to be catastrophic for millions of people. And if you're watching this video, I do not want anybody out there to be a casualty of this. And this is why I repeat on a daily basis that you're putting the essentials away, that you're making yourself an asset, that you have hard, tangible assets put away, and that you're getting in a mental mindset to prepare for what is getting very, very near. Another article today, this on the hedge. SPR release backfires. Strategic Petroleum Reserves backfires, ladies and gentlemen. The much anticipated release of 50 million barrels of oil was announced today, which did nothing but raise the price of oil. Oil prices went up today after this release of 50 million barrels of oil. We consume nearly 20 million barrels of oil a day. This is 2.5 days of oil supplies for America. So this fixes absolutely nothing. And it now guarantees that we're going to see oil in 2022 above $100 a barrel. I have no idea why they did this. I guess it's going to be a quick fix. It will be very, very short-lived. We may see a short dip at the pump, but again, it will be very, very short-lived. Those reserves will have to be replenished, ladies and gentlemen, and by replenishing them at today's prices, it's going to cost a lot more to replenish those 50 million barrels. The price cuts have been used up now, and the only way oil goes from this point is up. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for 2022 oil prices. They are going up, and they're going to go up considerably. Another article I was reading yesterday, and this is California's flee from the coast to inland cities. And I just was going through this article, and I wanted to just share with all of you these ludicrous real estate prices out here in California. Average medium price for a home in California is now $828,000. And so people are now fleeing certain areas, especially the coast near the ocean. If you look at Orange County, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, Corona del Mar, areas like that, parts of LA, Santa Monica, coastal areas, up north, coastal areas, they're fleeing a lot of those areas and they're heading inland. They're heading to Riverside County, San Bernardino, Inland Empire. And where the average price in these areas is hovering, I don't know, I think around $528,000, $527,000. I bring this up because I just, it's so hard to comprehend housing prices in California at $828,000, the average median price. And I take that back. The average price out here in Riverside County is $570,000. So we have people fleeing to counties where the average median price is $570,000. Now these people will commute 2 hours back into LA, back into Orange County, and drive back to their $570,000 median priced home. Now that gas is over $5 a gallon and climbing, what does this mean for people who have to commute 2 hours each way to work? And of course, now they're going to want to give you a mileage tax on top of that. But if you're paying $5, $6, $7 a gallon for gas, driving 2 hours one way to work, I mean, what is this going to do to the average Joe? It's unbelievable. But this is just continuing to chip away at people's standard of living. How many people are going to be able to continue to afford $570,000 homes and $5, $6, $7, $8 a gallon gas? Where does this all end, and how does it end? Please feel free to comment down below. But I wanted to bring that up because these housing prices are just so ridiculous. And I truly do believe that we're going to begin, we're already seeing areas in Austin, Phoenix. I'm looking at other states in the South where prices are beginning to come down. I'm being notified daily of price reductions in multiple states. So it is beginning to happen. But I think we're going to see an acceleration of this collapse, an acceleration of the standard of living going down here in America, and an acceleration of prices. And I do believe that things will accelerate. Food, gasoline, energy costs, everyday expenses, essentials. And then finally, at some point, the Fed will wake up and go, hey, we have to raise interest rates. But now, instead of a quarter basis or a quarter point, 25 basis points, a half a point, what if now they go, hey, we got to raise rates today at 1.25, 1.5, 3/4 of a point? What's going to happen? This thing is going to get so out of control. And as I leave you this evening, again, I want to emphasize this. Most people are not prepared for the slightest hiccup in this economy, let alone a recession or depression. And I truly believe that we are going to see a depression in the United States of America. And what is this going to look like when they lose control? When interest rates or mortgage rates on a home go to 5, 6, 7%, maybe higher. Fed's fund rate starts going up at 0.75%, 1.5. This is going to be a whole different world. The landscape is going to look a lot different, ladies and gentlemen. And if you think it's bad now, if you think it's difficult to go day to day right now, you ain't seen nothing yet. So prepare the best that you can, even if it's a little bit. Doing nothing, not preparing at all, is going to guarantee that you lose. You need to be preparing in multiple ways. This isn't just about having some gold or silver or cash. You need to be covering all bases, physically, mentally, financially. You need to be covering all bases: food, water, anything you can think of that you don't have enough of, or you don't have, you need to get today. Get it while you can get it. Get it while your dollar still buys something. Get it while you can still order. Get it while it's still on the shelves. Because at the rate we're going, people are going to wait a little too long, and they think that they're going to be able to prepare when things get bad, when the economy really starts to implode. It doesn't work that way. These things, these essentials, these type of assets will be gone. They won't be on the shelves. You won't be able to go to SD Bullion and order an ounce of silver or an ounce of gold. It's not going to happen. If you think you're going to order emergency food from one of the multiple emergency food companies, not going to be there. It's going to be gone. So don't put yourself in that predicament. Right now, be proactive and think outside of the box of the things that you need. Medical supplies, vitamins, an extra pair of boots. Think about what you need right now. Again, cryptos, stocks, mining stocks, gold and silver. This stuff isn't the most important. The most important is going to be the essentials that you need on a daily basis. Once you have that covered, then get yourself physical gold, physical silver. You don't need paper right now. Paper's not going to protect you in the worst of times. You need physical, hard, tangible assets. That's what's going to matter during the worst of times. But if you don't have food, you don't have water, you don't have security, you shouldn't even be thinking about those things. Get everything in order. Be walking close to God. Get in a mental mindset. Work on your mind, ladies and gentlemen. Start working on your mind and working on your body. Your mind and body are going to be so important. And remember, time is one of the most valuable assets. And this asset of time is not on your side. God bless. Look forward to talking with all of you very, very soon.